Here we're looking at word problems and how to set them up and how to solve them for the systems of equations review. So the first one's talking about two schools going to Pittsburgh for a class trip. So the main thing on all these is that you need to find two scenarios going on. In this case, we have Union and we have Mohawk, the two different schools going on. So we need an equation for Union and an equation for Mohawk. For Union, they filled 4 vans. So I'm going to call that 4V. You can use X and Y, or in this case I'm going to use V and B. So 4B plus 1B is equal to the total of 39 students. For Mohawk, they filled up 3V, 3 vans, and 4 buses for 104 students. And there's your system. That's what we're going to look to solve. And you can solve it any number of ways. More often than not, I think it's easier to end up using elimination. I would do that in this case by multiplying this top equation by a -4 to give me get negative 16V plus negative 4B equals 156. That's a negative 156. This equation stayed the same. So then you can add these two equations together. Negative 13V, those cancel out. And when you add these two together, you get 52. So divide by 13. You get, actually divide by negative 13, you should get a positive 4. So there are 4 in each van. From there, that's where we have to go and plug back in. We're going to plug back into this original equation here for Union. You'd have 4 times 4 plus 1 times B equals 39. So this is 16 here. That's what you're subtracting on each side. So you get B equals 39 minus 16, which ends up being 23 for each bus. So 4 for each van, 23 for each bus. Okay, this second one, we have Pizza Joe's and Mr. Pizza as our two equations. So for Pizza Joe's, a pizza costs $8.10. That's not per anything, that's just for a single pizza, plus 0.5 for each topping. I'll make X be my topping. That is what the cost is. So cost for Pizza Joe's is that value. For Mr. Pizza, we have $7.50 for the original plus 70 cents per topping. That is equal to the cost. There's your two equations. The easiest way to solve these ones here is when you have cost equaling one thing, cost equaling another. Well, essentially what we can do is we can say, well, let's take this cost and set them equal to each other. And then you have not even really a system to solve, but just a really basic equation. So like I can subtract 0.50x from both sides. That becomes 0.2x. You still have the 750 here, and you still have the 810 on the other side. If I subtract 750 from both sides, 0.2x will equal 0.60. Divide each side by 0.2. And you should get x equals 3 toppings. So 3 toppings is when the costs are the same. That's what they wanted to know. Okay, that's a bit of a unique one. These last two are a little bit more like the first one, pretty straightforward. First one, Smith's family is going to a playoff volleyball match. Adult tickets cost $7 and student tickets cost $5. There are a total of 12 people attending. How much does each cost if they paid $53? So the two things going on here is that you're going to have a monetary amount and you're going to have a numbers amount. The numbers is just how many people go. Well, if I have adults plus students, that gives me my total of the 12 people that are going to the game. For the money part, well, it's $7 per adult ticket, so 7A, plus $5 for every student ticket equals the total cost, which is 53. And there it is right there. And now you have your system to solve. Just to be different, I'm going to make this one with elimination. I'm going to set A by itself and get A equals 12 minus S. Just so you can see that one. Plug it in for A in the original equation. 7 times 12 minus S plus 5S equals 53. Distribute that through. 84 minus 7S plus 5S equals 53. Those combine to negative 2S. I'm running out of room here. Subtract 84 from each side at this point, and you should get you get a number. Oh, it doesn't work because I messed up the problem. Let's try this again. It's only supposed to be 9 people. So here's the changes that I got to make. There's only supposed to be 9 there. So this value here is 9, so that means this number here becomes, this is 63. When you subtract 63 over, you get negative 2s equals negative 10. That means s equals positive 5. That looks a lot better. Apologize for that. And then now you can plug in, here's your s equals 5, plug it in here. So that means adults equals 9 minus 5, which is 4. So 4 adults and 5 students for your final number of people going. Last one. Miss B selling tickets to the spring musical. We have a day 1 and we have a day 2 going on. So on day 1, they sold 3, we'll say adult tickets plus 9. I'll call it C because I don't like using S. You can see how it gets confusing. So 3 adult plus 9 senior citizens gives you $75 for day 1. Second day, they give you $67 in the end, and they sold 8 adult and 5 senior citizen for that one. What's the price of each type of ticket? Easiest way to do this, again, is going to be by elimination. I'm going to multiply, let's say, this first one by 8 and this bottom one by negative 3. So when I do that, I get negative 24a plus 72c is going to equal 75 times 8, which should be 600. And when I multiply, why did I say negative 24? My apologies. That's all positive for the first one because I multiplied by positive 8. The bottom one's going to be the negative 24a, and you have minus 15c equals, you do 67 times negative 3 to get 201, which is negative. Now we can add them together. Those will cancel out. 72 plus negative 15 gives you a 57c, and this here, when you subtract, becomes a 399. So 399 divided by 57, you get C equals 7. So $7 for a senior citizen ticket. Again, we go at this point, we know what one of them is, so we plug back in. Doesn't matter which one, just make sure you plug in the correct variable. So 8 adult plus 5 times 7 equals 67. This here becomes 35, so that's what you subtract from each side. So 8a equals 32. So adult ticket equals $4. So in this very terrible example, adult tickets actually cost less than senior citizen tickets. So in all honesty, that would be one that I would go and double check and make sure that your math all checks out. But hey, there's nothing to say that they can't make something that doesn't make sense in the end. So there you go. Those are the types of problems you'll see for the word problems. Best of luck.